Hey guys, it's me, Little Owl, back again with another reaction. We are back with Stories of Sodor. We have reached the finale of Season 4, Part 2 of Stories of Sodor, which is entitled Return. Before I do get into this, I just want to stress thank you guys so freaking much for the love and support you've shown on this series. Like, almost all my reactions to Stories of Sodor are in the thousands of views now, which I would never hope in my wildest dreams that a series would reach consistently 1,000 views. So thank you guys so freaking much. And it's gotten me because of this series, I've gotten over 600 subscribers, which again another milestone I never thought I'd reach on this channel. And to top it all off, Victor Tanzig has given me a shout out. Yes. The man, the myth, the legend himself has actually given me a shout out and has commented on my videos, which is absolutely nuts to think about. I never I can't. I honestly can't fathom the amount of support that you've shown on this series. And I've loved doing it, you know, because Stories of Sodor, it's a phenomenal series. Like from, like it's again like because here's the thing, I need to emphasize, I was skeptical that this series would work. I was so skeptical, and to see it grow the amount that it does, and just how good a series it actually is just amazing to see. Especially considering we're in it's a fandom that doesn't really have much going for it. In totally honest, I mean the show sucks. There's not really much of a most of the fan base is kind of left, so to speak. But it's incredible. It's incredible to see. It's really incredible to see just what Victor has created. And like I've been enjoying every single step of it. Like last episode, oh my god, last episode, Dieselization, some instances had me howling with laughter. I was beside myself. It was so entertaining to watch last episode. So again, thank you, Victor, for creating that one specifically. And yeah, so we're on to Return this time, which is, as I said, the finale of Season 4 of Part 2. And I'm hoping you guys enjoy. But before I do that, a lot of you have been have been criticizing me. Some of you have been criticizing me for the addressing the situation in Ukraine last episode. A few of you have been criticizing me for that. So I do apologize if it came across as kind of like saying it's out of place, like it's got nothing to do with Stories of Sodor, and I apologize for that, but I do not apologize for bringing it up, because it's something that, yeah, it's a very upsetting situation, and really, like, we go to these kind of videos specifically to escape, but that's the point. Like, I'm trying to acknowledge that but if we disregard the situation entirely, then that's ignorance, and ignorance gets nobody anywhere. Like, it's it doesn't get anybody anywhere effectively, and you know, and so just I felt like it was important to address, especially considering that we are here to kind of escape from this. Like, I believe a way to kind of make things better is through entertainment. So actually acknowledging that this is some escapism from everything that's going on at the moment, is is what I was trying to do, and hopefully it did kind of make you guys feel better. Like, especially that episode especially was absolutely hilarious. It made me feel so much better about life. Yeah, life in general, not just the situation. But so yeah, I apologize if it did kind of come out of nowhere and it was a bit out of place, but I'm not sorry for bringing it up, because it was something that needed to be addressed. It's a popular, like, as I said, this is a popular series on mine, and I want to use that to spread awareness. I want to use it for a good cause. So, and also, for all those naysayers out there was the handful of you that did appreciate my message and stood and gave a lovely comment, saying how you stand with Ukraine, and I was like, yes, that was the kind of thing I was looking for. That was the impact I was trying to create. So yeah, I apologize to those others who I didn't satisfy with that. But again, not sorry for bringing it up because it needed to be addressed. If we don't address it, then we'll be just living in ignorance. So with that out the way, drop the video a like if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel too, and let's end Stories of Sodor Season 4 Part 2 with a bang. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Return.
The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land. And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway.
This intro will never
These
get old.
are the stories of Sodor.
Maybe it's because I love the Tugs intro so much. That's why this will never get old, but... Here we go. Oh boy. What a journey it's been.
It's only just occurred to me that of all the names I've mentioned over the years, I've never once gone into any detail about Terence the tractor. He was built in 1932 and arrived on Sodor that same year as trackside support for the fire and rescue service. Basically, he was Mickey's partner. Aside from assisting with severe accidents, he often takes on a prominent role in the construction of rail-related infrastructure. The China clay pits, the SKR's expansion...
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Come back here. Hey, come back here. Oi. It's fine. What is it? What is it? It's fine. Come here. Something's got her on edge. I think somebody went past our house or something, but she's really put on edge for some reason. Come here. Come here. Come on. Hey, no, come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Just settle down. Settle down, okay? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Come on, let's watch this, okay? Come back up here. Good girl. Good girl.
And the Waterton branch, he had been heavily involved in these and more. Though a hard worker with boundless dedication, I'm sure it hasn't escaped your notice he's a bit of a gossip. Over the years, he's cultivated an impressive network of contacts who keep him informed on a variety of topics. He's often quick to chat about these, regardless of their significance. The vast majority of the time, his information is accurate. The handful of times it hasn't been, he's always owned up and apologized. So why am I telling you all this? Well, this story takes place a few weeks before the Waterton branch was scheduled to open. By that time, Terence's services were no longer required, so he headed over to the clay pits to conduct its annual safety inspection. This was when he revealed to us something very interesting. How many? 4. There are 4 engines coming to the island. 2 for the Waterton branch when it opens, and 2 for the main line. One of the main line blokes is already here and is laid up at the works. That's a good sign. Who is it? He asked me not to say. He wants it to be a surprise. I don't know anything about the other one, only that he'll also be arriving today. As for the Waterton pair, they'll arrive a few days before the line opens. Oh, and Bruce, sorry things didn't work out with Daisy. I should have known you'd find out and gossip about it. I never gossip. What happened, Bruce? We broke it off. Oh, sorry, old boy. Don't be. We didn't have a lot in common and decided to just be friends.
If Iris comes into the series, then I guarantee Victor is gonna ship Diesel with her. So
mutual breakup, eh? No question. There wasn't any fighting or anything dramatic. She's free to do what she wants. So look out, Edward. Excuse me.
Yo.
So it's true.
Yo.
She does.
Yo, I'm just someone make fan art or something of Eric and Diesel fist bumping. Just mutual breakup. Yeah, bro. I don't know. I'm just picturing them just high five each other or something like that.
Have her eye on Edward. Yep, she said she's always liked mature gentlemen. Oh my! I'm immensely flattered, but not interested. She isn't my type. Green, female. Why, Edward? You old heartbreaker.
What the hell?
Every chance I get, Brian. No, Brian. Hello, Edward. Long time no see. Yes, it most certainly is. Fizzling fireboxes! Of all the chaps I never thought I'd see it.
He's Wellsworth and Sudbury. So he's
again? My word!
There is
How
a
are you,
survivor.
old boy? Where have you been? Where haven't I been? We've got a lot to catch up on. How about you introduce me to your mates?
You itchy?
Of course. Terence, Bruce, this is Brian. The Brian? The hero of Crosby? Oh, goodness. Has Edward been telling stories again? All the time, mate. And a good thing, too. Your actions deserve to be remembered,
I love
Brian.
the irony. The irony of that line is brilliant. Just Terence saying, has Edward been telling stories again? You're one to fucking talk.
There was nothing special about it, Edward. I was just doing my job as a brakeman of the Wellsworth and Sudbury Railway. Oh no. Jesus. What's wrong? Oh, is this about the others? You don't have to walk on eggshells, lads. I know they're gone. You do? Aye, Colin and Lily, they were heroes. And Adam had a good run. He went out on his own terms. We should all be so lucky.
Adam's
I'll
death was
say.
so tragic, man.
That's certainly a relief. I would hate to be the one to tell you you're the last of your company. You just did, Edward. Yes, I did. Someone stapled my mouth shut. Don't worry, Edward. I'm too happy to be put out. I'm finally home. How did that happen? Eric, where'd you find him? He came in on James's goods train. The yardmaster said he's been assigned to our branch, so I brought him over. But I guess it wasn't James's train since he broke down and had to be towed to Wellsworth. And you're never going to guess who did that. Who? Hello,
Boko.
Edward. Well, I'll be.
My guy.
Hello, Boko. Welcome back. When did you get... Wait, have you been the chap laid up at Crovan's Gate? Yep, they wanted to have a crack at fixing me. Said they might have found a solution. I didn't believe them until they finished. I feel great. I didn't have a single problem coming along the line. No loss of power,
I never
no
feel
wheel
so
slip,
alive.
no engine splutter, nothing. I even managed to tow James without breaking a sweat. What happened,
Hey.
old boy? My flipping injector failed again. That's the thing that brings water from your tender into your boiler, right? Aye, when that goes, I can't make steam. I would have been stuck on the viaduct all day if you hadn't come by. Not such a useless buzzbox after all, eh? You never were. The men who built you were just idiots. We'll be glad to have you on the main line. Thanks, Bob. Bob?
Charlatans,
That's my name. But I thought your
fools.
name was... Oh, wait. You said they call you Boko. I can't believe I didn't pick up on that. It's all right. I prefer Boko anyway. All right. Would anyone else like to share something about their names? My last name is Bond. In your dreams, Mr. Fleetwood. My middle name is Daniel. I thought it was Rupert. That's Douglas.
Wait, so they actually have last names? They actually have last names. James Fleetwood. And
Oh, right. How about you, Edward? What's your full name? Sorry, shouldn't I have asked? Lads?
I'm not gonna
Lads?
find out. Who is it? Who was that?
What's the matter? It's just a goods train. We weren't gawking at the train, Bob, but the engine pulling it.
was
So
it?
you saw... Yes. Was it really? Yes. Does that mean... Yes! My God. As if this day wasn't surprising enough.
Who was that? Oh my god!
Hi, lads.
Oh my
Peter!
god! Oh my god! Peter's back!
Blimey. When did you get out? A few days ago? How do you feel? Better than I have in years. It's amazing how much you take freedom for granted. This place has shortchanged a lot. No signal boxes, eh? That's going to take some getting used to. Is that to say this isn't a social visit? No, I've been reassigned here. They said the island will be getting a lot of fuel deliveries and I'm to help move them when that...
Oh my god! If you don't know what's going, I'm not going to explain what happened. Watch Trial. That's the episode you need to check if you don't know what's going on here. Oh my god, that's so shocking. That's
happened.
insane.
I asked how and they told me about this new branch. That's what this lot is for. It's the first train I've pulled in 15 years. Looks like it's all in one piece. I guess you haven't lost your touch. That's good to know. I'm so happy to be home. It's great seeing you all again. And I think I speak for all of us when I say we're glad to have you back. No, Thomas, you do not speak for all of us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I see. I'll be on my way then. I'll talk to you later.
I knew there was going to be conflict behind this. I knew there was going to be something behind this. And of course Gordon's the one to hold a grudge. I knew there was going to be something behind this. It's just guaranteed.
What? Why did you have to say that? Why did you? How can either of you be so welcoming? Have you forgotten what he did? Nobody's paid for his crimes. We'll have to agree to disagree there. So if it was up to you, he'd still be in Railgate? For the murder of innocent civilians? Damn right. Who murdered innocent civilians? Peter. The war criminal? He's here? Literally, that was him. Really? Not what I expected. I thought he'd be more menacing. He just seems sad. Who wouldn't be after spending 15 years? Hang on, how come you don't recognise him? He would have been in Railgate at the same time as you. What can I say? I never saw him. How's that?
Fuck's sake, Oliver.
Whoops. Damn it, Morty!
Morty, you dopey twat.
Terence said the Fat Controller was fuming and sacked him on the spot. Good riddance to useless rubbish, I say. I met Sir Tobin back once when he was chairman. I never imagined he'd wind up becoming Sodor's controller. None of us did, Brian. So this is the famous Brian. All right, Edward, what have you told them?
Life of
The
Brian.
truth. That you saved the lives of over 200 people. Did he now? You haven't heard about that? No, matey, but I do love a good story. Well, here it is. The year was 1915. Edward,
The
no
life of
offence,
Brian.
mate, but can you cut to the chase? I think Salty could benefit from some background. A dopey signalman nearly caused an accident. There you go. You have no flair for storytelling, Bruce. Is that what happened? Well, yes, but as I was trying to say, actually, on second thoughts, why don't you tell it, Brian?
There we go.
All right, here goes.
Life of Brian. Someone said the other day they were envious of my whistling ability, so... I'm just imagining me doing whistling covers of all of the main engine's themes. I mean, I do vocal covers too, so check those out if you want to. Oh my. That face. Oh shit, I forgot they were those are gunpowder vans. Oh no, not the barber shop. Not the barber shop. Okay, thank God. I love the syncing of the theme with the camera changes. That's quite cool.
All right there, Edward. I am now. Good show, Brian. Well done. Bloody hell, that was close. You all right, Adam? I'll live. What happened? Why were you on our line? Because the signal was...
I'll live. Oh, God damn it.
down. Damn it, Jeffries. I'm not Jeffries. He called in sick. I was filling in. Oh dear. I'm in trouble, aren't I? Bloody oath, mate. They'll
Sorry.
throw the book at you.
Sorry about
You'll be
that.
lucky if they... Oi, keep it down. By all the saints. It's bad enough you nearly smashed up my shop. Now you have to go creating a row? We're sorry, sir. Excuse our intrusion. No, I won't. You frightened my customer. I'll teach you. What did he do? I think he would have lathered up our faces with shaving cream, but he never got a chance to. Why not? Because I was the customer. Well, as I
Hey.
live and breathe. Jackson Bailey, is that you? Hello, Brian. Welcome home. I always knew you'd come back. You haven't changed a bit.
Love
Time
his
hasn't
voice
been
for
so
old
kind to
Bailey.
me. Rubbish. You haven't aged a day.
Hello,
You were one of the
Brian.
best workers we had on the WNS. I'll never forget the time you caught those boys who threw rocks through all the windows of our coaches. You gave them such a hiding. They deserved it. Funny I
Whistles and
can't muster
sneezes
that same
reference.
gumption towards my own grandson. You have a grandson? Did you get married again? Again? How many times have you tied the knot? One too many, Bruce. One too many.
Uh-oh.
Ah, Judy calls. I better go. Nice seeing you again, Brian. You too, Jack. Take care.
Aw.
That man's a living legend, and I never knew he worked for your railway. When was that? When it first opened, he came over from the Mid-Sodor Railway and trained up the other fogmen. About a year later, his wife passed away, That's a sad tale, no mistake. And we were rather despondent after you disappeared. What happened? I remember you volunteering to be part of a goods train headed for Manchester because its original brake van had failed, but after you left, nothing. Well, on the way to Manchester, I was swapped over to another train that also had a dodgy brake van. Before I knew it, I was in Wales. I knocked about the coalfields until the end of the war before making my way to London. When the Big Four came about, I began working for the Middies. I served all over the city and outlying areas until the Second War to end all wars started. And then, I don't really know.
What do you mean?
I was in a pretty bad accident. It was so bad I actually have a large gap in my memory. I remember being in London during the Blitz, then nothing until I woke up in a workshop after the accident. That was 2 years ago. Bust my buffers. That's no gap, that's a chasm. It's frustrating is what it is. All those experiences gone, but I never forgot about any of you.
Neither did your mates. Colin, Adam and Lily talked about you all the time.
They did? Oh, bless them. I wish I'd done more to stay in contact, but I was so busy I never had the time.
So how did you end up here?
Ever since the crash, I was working around the Midlands. Then one day, out of the blue, I decided I wanted to come home. I don't know why, but it was overwhelming. So I put in a request for a transfer, and here I am.
And you picked a prime time to come home, old chap, given what's coming up.
What's coming up?
What is coming up?
You don't mean Godred's Day? Is that still celebrated?
Oh!
You bet. There's fireworks, a parade, parties, and this year being the 1000th anniversary, it'll be a massive shindig.
1000th anniversary? You're right, Edward. I couldn't have timed that better.
It's a mighty odd coincidence that two of Sodor's wayward sons have come home in time for such an auspicious occasion.
Oh, yes. Peter. Have you seen him yet?
No, and I hope I don't for a few days. I need time to figure out what I'm going to say to him.
Here we go. I knew there was going to be conflict behind it when he returns.
Oh, hi Douglas. By all the saints. Hi Peter, long time no see. Yeah, real long time. How have you been? Fine, keeping busy. How about you? You must be happy to be out. You can't imagine, mate. It was nice sleeping out under the stars. Under the stars? Did you spend last night outside? Yeah, I was at Alsborough. I just wanted to be alone. Understandable. How was it? Wonderful. The peace, the privacy. I might keep doing it. I know not everyone's happy I'm back. Gordon? How'd you know? I figured he wouldn't be. He never forgave Adam after all. How's he doing these days? Oh, bollocks. Do I really have to be the one to tell him? Tell me what? Did something happen? Aye, he passed away a few years ago. He came down with mental fatigue and chose the final firing. Oh, that's horrible. He was such a good bloke. I was really looking forward to seeing him. I guess that's it for the Wellsworth and Sudbury. No, actually. A lost member of its crew came home yesterday. Lost member? You don't mean Brian? I do. He's at the rear of my train. He's a top bloke. You ought to say hi. I will. Thanks. Oh, and Peter, welcome home. Thanks, Dougie. Great to be home.
Considering Douglas, can I just say, considering how Douglas kept a grudge against Henry, it's kind of it shows dynamic characterization now that you think about it, because he's learned how to forgive, and so he's kind of of course he hasn't forgiven Peter, because what Peter did was quite inexcusable, but at the same time it's nice to kind of have him that it's nice to kind of have him that it feels dynamic. It feels like Douglas is a dynamic character, so to speak. This is a really wholesome episode, I'm not gonna lie. There's a subtext of tension, certainly, especially with Peter coming back. But I'm finding it quite wholesome.
Hello there, I'm Peter. Are you Brian? Yes. This is great. The others used to talk about you all the time. Nice to finally put a face to the, are you alright? What do you keep staring at? Oh, you know what I did then. Well, yes. Edward and the others told me last night. No wonder you're so spooked. I'll get a move on then. No, it's not that. It's not entirely that. Do you have a twin brother by any chance? No. Why? Last year I was working around the Midlands and I met an engine who looked and sounded exactly like you. He called himself Alan. Really? There's another non-faceless 8F out there? They said I was the only one. If I do have a twin, I've never met him, but I can tell you that wasn't me last year. I would have been in Railgate. Aye, 15 years. I didn't think an engine could get such a long sentence. Not under British law, but I was convicted under international criminal law. Different jurisdictions, different punishments. And I deserve worse than I got.
That does make sense.
So you feel bad about it? That's good. It means you're not a monster. I don't think the families of my victims would agree. Some of my colleagues sure as hell don't.
Oh no. Fuck's sake. Here we go. I feel bad for the guy, you know. I feel really bad for Peter.
Gordon, if you're going to hate me, can you do it without being obvious? What would be the point if you already know? And I get why. I don't need to be reminded of it. Is that to say you forget about what you did? No, I never have. I've thought about it every second of every day, and I've regretted it. Good, because you're a monster, just like Adam.
All right, Gordon, that's enough.
Mickey?
Hello, Peter. How are you?
Not too good at the moment.
So it seems. I'm glad I found you both together. I heard about what happened yesterday, and given what I've seen just now, I don't want this to escalate.
What are you saying?
I'm asking that you both come by the works later today.
What for?
Therapy. Whew. If anyone needs therapy, it's him. No, you both need it. This level of resentment is dangerous. We've seen what happens when it's allowed to fester. Do you really think this time will be any different?
This time is different, Mickey. None of the previous rivals were war criminals.
Granted, but you have issues that need to be resolved. I'm asking you to attend therapy for your own good. So how about it, lads? Are you willing to try?
All right, I'll come.
Go on.
Gordon? Oh, fine. Great. I'll see you at 5 o'clock. You won't regret this.
Famous last words.
God's sake.
You think it'll do them any good?
I hope so. The Chief's right. This has happened too many times and it always ends badly. And if anyone can fix this, it's him.
And I trust you won't talk about anything you might hear.
Of course not, Edward. Therapy is sacred in the Fire and Rescue Service. It would be deeply immoral and unethical if I gossiped about it.
I'll hold you to that, old chap.
This is really bothering you, isn't it?
Yes, but I was actually thinking about something else just now. What Brian said about meeting Peter's twin.
If it was a twin.
What do you mean?
One of the workmen told me about a conversation he overheard between Thomas and Sheffield, and it was interesting.
Hey, Sheffield, I was thinking about what you said yesterday about not seeing Peter at Railgate, and I'm a little confused.
What's confusing about it?
I've been to Railgate. Back then they used to move us around a lot. Do they still do that?
Yes, the inmates were rotated as new ones came in and old ones finished up their sentences. I must have seen the whole place being shuffled about.
And you didn't see Peter at all. He's kind of hard to miss.
You're right. That's why I didn't see him, because he wasn't there.
That's bizarre. And I'm suddenly reminded of something Johnny Cuba said. I dismissed it as gloating, but it's too specific a detail to be coincidence. What'd he say? Terence, just how wide is your network of contacts? Could they find out something on the mainland?
I don't know. I've never really tried. What do you want to know?
If Peter was ever in Railgate.
Thank you both for coming. This is a good sign. You clearly want to resolve this.
Actually, I just want tips on how to tolerate this monster. I'm not a monster, Gordon.
All right, calm down. We're not here to point fingers or blame anyone.
Even if the blame is justified, he destroyed a hospital, Chief. I didn't drop a shell on it for fun. The Nazis had taken it over and I wanted to drive them out, regardless of the cost.
How about it, Peter? Did you think about civilian casualties?
Yes, I also thought about Allied casualties. If I didn't clear them out, they could have done some real damage.
Did it help?
The enemy gave up, we took over the town and were able to advance. What I did might have helped the war effort, but I don't know if it was worth the cost. I can tell you it wasn't. It never is. Hang on, you said the exact same thing after...
Don't you dare!
Bail him in! That's it! You feel guilty about that!
Of course I do, but that was an accident. Your actions were deliberate. Steady, lads. Let's wind this back a bit. What's Bellarmine? I don't want to talk about it. Gordon, please. Maybe it'll help.
Oh my.
It was one of the smaller battles we fought in Africa. I was up front armed with a cannon. I saw movement and fired upon what I thought was enemy armor. The wreckage blocked a passage the Nazis attempted to use to flank our forces. This disrupted their strategy and ended in a rout. We won.
You said you thought it was enemy armor?
I was wrong. It was American. The tank was utterly destroyed and its entire crew killed. The incident was ruled friendly fire and I was cleared of any wrongdoing. Even so, I felt guilty about what happened. I still do.
Do you think maybe you're projecting that guilt onto Peter?
Oh no.
I don't know.
God's sake.
Then how about we explore that further?
I remember that all too well. Gordon was beside himself for weeks afterwards, and we don't need his business bandied about. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I'd just woken up. It's all right, but don't mention it to anyone else. I won't. Mum's the word. Very good. How's your valve gear, by the way? A lot better.
I love how he's using expression. There was an episode of season 4, part 1, where Edward was teaching him like expressions. I love how he's using it a lot more now.
But that green water can be rough to shake off. Who do you think makes that stuff anyway? Black water too. Where's it come from? That's a good question. I've never thought about it. It feels like they've been around for a long time. Oh, they have. We had a few barrels on the W&S the day we opened. Back then, Brenham Docks was little more than a lone pier with a single station. But we're not here to talk about my stories. Carry on with yours, Douglas. Right, so the moment Thomas Oliver, Toad and I tried to make a break for it, we were spotted. In a heartbeat, we had German engines hot on our heels. They were massive machines, would have torn us to pieces if they caught us. For a moment it looked like they would, but as we rounded one last bend, we heard it. Bang! Then there was the whiz of a passing shell, and the jetties were blown to smithereens. Our platoon had found us, and we were rescued. Shiver me timbers, matey! How exciting! It was
He's got a knack. He's got his knack for storytelling, Douglas. You know, I'm
so much so at the time, laddie. I know you said Oliver was there because he ran out of fuel, but what was he doing before that? We don't know. He couldn't tell us. Classified. Maybe we'll find out someday. What about you, Brian? Care to share anything about your travels? I'd love to. Since we're trading war stories, I may as well start with the Blitz on London. That must have been rough. Aye, every night sirens and explosions. Every morning destruction and death. They hit the rail yards especially hard. A lot was destroyed. So many engines and rolling stock were lost. It's a miracle you survived. I didn't. I was hit by a bomb and died.
What?
What kind of a sick joke is that? Honestly, I never thought... Brian, are you listening?
What?
Wait, what?
I said what kind of a sick joke was that?
It wasn't.
What?
Edward, I died.
What?
I was struck by a bomb. I saw it coming. I couldn't do anything but scream.
Wait,
it
what?
landed right on top of me. I remember it breaking through my roof. I felt it explode inside me. Then I was... Wait, Colin, Lily, Adam. I saw them. We were together. Then they were gone. No, I was.
What?
I was back in London, on the exact spot I died. Hang on, the gap in my memory. I don't have amnesia. I don't remember my life because I didn't have one.
What?
I was dead. No, this is wrong. I shouldn't be here. Why am I here? What's going on?
What is happening?
That was scary. I think we can safely assume he's not having us on. Not with that reaction, no.
Then are we to believe he's come back from the dead?
Around here, Salty, that's not unheard of.
What? What just happened?
How's he doing, Mickey?
Better. We've given him some green water and he's resting comfortably, but I'm baffled by what he's saying. His physical condition also raises a lot of questions.
Why?
For a brake van pushing...
How do you do green water for rolling stock? Is it explained? I'm not sure. It must be
80,
explained.
he's in
somewhere.
phenomenally good condition. Given the wear on his buffers and wheels, it's like he's only been in service for 2 years.
He did say he had an accident around that time. Could he have been rebuilt?
Maybe. I've put in a request for his service record. We'll see what they did to him.
What can you do for him in the meantime?
Therapy. Hopefully we'll get to the cause of why he believes he died. If that doesn't work, I don't know. I
I've
really
heard of
don't
this.
know.
I've heard of this. There is a condition, like, because like I watch I watch quite a few medical dramas. There's actually like a mental condition where people actually think they're dead. I know it sounds really strange, but that's actually a mental condition.
Apparently, it would work, though it was a difficult process. Brian asserted he had died right up until Mickey showed him his service record. Aside from detailing the extensive repairs he had undergone, it contained a detailed account of his activities throughout his supposed death. This shook the poor chap to his core, for he was certain he had seen his late friends. Mickey theorized it could be a symptom of his amnesia. Maybe he was told about their passing and constructed an elaborate fantasy as a coping mechanism. Perhaps he felt guilty that he survived, whereas they didn't. After accepting this possibility, and with intense therapy, he was able to recover. He's still in use to this day and is one of the best workers on the island, and he would share many stories about his travels. I'm also very pleased to say Gordon and Peter made great strides in repairing their friendship. There was no more fighting or bickering, save the occasional work-related squabble. Peter slowly resettled back into working life. He was reacquainted with old friends and made new ones. As for the possibility he might not have been in Railgate, by all accounts, he was. Terence's contacts actually reached the prison, which handed over his records. If they can be believed, he served his entire sentence therein. Sheffield might not have seen him, but that doesn't mean he wasn't there. And regarding his supposed twin, maybe he was the one whom Johnny Cuba boasted about taking out, or maybe he had been lying. I did speak to Peter about it, and he swore he had been inside the whole time. With no evidence to the contrary, I decided to drop it, and wrote it off as an anomaly. Oh, and if you're wondering what happened with Daisy, I let her down easy. She was very understanding and apologetic. As for Boko, in his new condition, he excelled on the main line as a mixed traffic engine. Godred's Day soon rolled around, and it was a massive affair, filled with fun, fireworks, and festivities. A few weeks later, the Waterton branch opened to similar fanfare. A few days before that, its extra engines arrived. Who were they? Well, there's a reason why the line is better known these days as the Little Western. But those are stories for another day.
Barry as well. What a great ending to the series, man. Very wholesome. Because I remember I criticised, what was it? Revelations. I think I criticised that episode for being a bit too slow. Like, I remember I criticised that episode. Like, but then again, here it kind of works a bit more for some reason. Well, that was Stories of Sodor, everyone. So, honestly, again, massive thank you to you guys for supporting this series. And honestly, I don't think we need to watch any more of this. I know I normally watch till the very end of the video, but I don't really think there's much point, you know. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll get I can't speak. Thank you guys so freaking much for watching this series. It means the absolute world to me. And this is Al speaking. I'll see you guys next time. Taking a really long time to press stop recording. Psych! I know, guys. Before you start critiquing me in the comments, I know there is a post-credit scene, and we're gonna watch it right now. That was the worst fake out whatsoever, but.
Hark! Croven calls! Croven? Is this place named after an owl? Not quite. Croven's Gate was a castle held by a nobleman loyal to Culdee. His name was Croven, and he was supposedly a wizard. During the war with Godred, the castle was taken, and Croven fled by transforming into an owl, but it said he couldn't change back. So he became an immortal owl? Aye, sounds a bit silly, doesn't it? As a whole, I've always been skeptical of the legend of King Godred. There's no harm to it, Duncan. I know, I'm not trying to spoil anyone's fun, and I think it's good we emphasize it as a legend instead of history. Maybe we'll see for ourselves this Godred's Day which one it is. What do you mean? You know how the legend says Godred vanished? Well, there's actually a prophecy that says he'll one day return. It doesn't say when, of course, but since this year is the 1000th anniversary of his disappearance, there are those who feel that's when it'll be. And then what? He'll take back his kingdom? I don't know. I doubt anything will happen, but you never know on this island. There are two things we do know. That owl is never wrong, and Old Bailey will be out there when the fog rolls in. I've been meaning to ask you about that, Duke. Remember how you said they were calling him Old Bailey back when you were young? Were you being serious? Duke? What's wrong? I was joking at the time, but now that I think about it, it's true. Really? Yes, and our line opened back in 1880. That was 84 years ago. Does that mean he's over 100? Even then, he could have only been in his 20s. That's not old by any stretch. And there's no chance he was in his 20s back then because he looks practically the same as he does now. Has no one ever asked him his age? Many times. He's always answered with old. Maybe there's more to it. Great, that's just what we need. Another mystery.
Oh my god. I'm scared, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I am scared.
I'm sorry, sir. All trains have been cancelled due to the fog. Good thing I'm not here to catch a train. I beg your pardon? Jackson Bailey? Yes. Do I know you? No, but we've been looking for you for a very long time.
Oh.
We?
SCP. the SCP Foundation.
Oh, I see. You're the same tosspots who killed Croven. Croven? The Nah twin. Did you know he was the last of his kind? So it is you. What are you talking about? Wait, I know you, don't I? Let's talk about this somewhere else. Come on, if you think I'm going anywhere with you, mate, you're mistaken.
Don't make this harder than it has to be, Mr. Bailey. Or would you prefer Your Majesty?
It's been a long time since anyone called me that. Who are you?
Okay. Okay. Holy shit. I wasn't expecting that. Oh my. So this is where the SCP will come into play. Okay, and Old Bailey's King Godred? What? Oh. Has he been living this entire time? I am... Oh my god, what an ending. What a freaking ending. Well, that's Stories of Sodor Season 4 Part 2, and hopefully, we should get the SCP miniseries out sooner than other times, because Victor, he's now doing this I think he's doing this full time now. I think he's managed to quit his job and set up a Patreon, and he's actually making money for what he does. So that's very, very good news to hear. But oh god, that ending, man, that ending. I can't freaking wait. I really can't freaking wait for So definitely we'll get around when it comes out. SCP miniseries will definitely be will definitely be a series. But as for Stories of Sodor, I'm afraid this is the end for now. For now, this is all that's left. I'm not going to be revisiting old episodes because, well, I've seen them to death, and so it wouldn't be as kind of authentic. I try to do these reactions to stuff I haven't seen before, so they're like authentic, full-on reactions. And unfortunately, I won't be doing Stories of So. A lot of people have asked me, like, will you go back over old episodes? The answer is no, unfortunately. And I'm not. My next series will not be Thomas related. I'm just giving you a bit of a warning. So if you're just here for Stories of Sodor, I do apologize. But at the same time, the next series I am reacting to on Friday will be quite interesting, I feel. So I posted a poll on my community page. I can actually, yeah, I can do posts now, which I didn't think you needed to do until 1K subscribers, but apparently no, 650. You know, they've probably decreased it. So yeah, I can do community posts now, and I sent a poll. It's between Super Mario Bros. Z and Hell of a Boss. So two very, very different series, but Hell of a Boss is kind of animated. Both are animated, I think. Yeah, both are definitely animated, and it's something I want to try and bring in a new audience with those two, and with either one. Actually, to be honest, the poll as it stands, Hell of a Boss has more. Hell of a Boss has more votes. So I'm gonna leave it until Sunday and make a decision then. See what the populace is saying. But right as for now, it's looking like it's gonna be my next series is gonna be Hell of a Boss by VisiPop. So hope you guys are looking forward to that. But as for this series, what a fucking series, Victor! What a series! Like absolutely, probably your finest yet. Probably your finest yet. Season 4. Like again, it's difficult. It's a toss up between this one and season 3 as my favorites, to be honest. But honestly, this series just gets so much better. Like in terms of writing and conflict, it surprises you. It always, because like I remember like when it was like the first few seasons, even Stories of War, I'd say they were a little bit predictable. These stories have become so much more unpredictable. I was not expecting that ending, that post-credit scene. I was not expecting that whatsoever. And yeah, so hopefully the SCP Foundation miniseries will be just as interesting. But so I'm desperately looking forward to that. And it's just what a series. Like, I can see why this has the following it does, because it's so compelling, it's so interesting. It aligns with real history. It just, yeah, no, it's just, I don't really know how to end this series, to be honest, because it's just so because it's just so good, and it's done so much wonders for my channel. Really, the only thing I can say is thank you to those who have watched me, those who are kind of fans of Stories of Sodor and have given me the support that you have. Massive thank you, especially massive thank you to Victor for you creating this series, and as well as giving me a shout out and commenting on my videos. And thank you for my dog for joining me on the majority of my Stories of Sodor reactions. She's been a very nice confidant to have on these reaction series. Just, you know, I can thank myself. I reckon. Thank you, Little Owl, for creating an entertaining grainy reaction and getting the energy to actually do these reactions. Oh, you're very welcome. I mean, it's natural. I mean, I am a good reactor in spirit. Ha ha ha. But anyway, yeah. Again, thank you to everyone involved with this series and making this series the runaway success that it's been. No pun intended. Yeah. So, Hell of a Boss by VisiPop will be the next series next Friday. So, hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. Seriously, drop this video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too if you want to see more content like this. And this is Little Owl speaking. I will see you guys next time. Cheerio.